Albanians with non-Albanians. That's a massive one. Massive one. What do you think, Joe?
Hi guys, and welcome back to another ALBChat video. Today we're doing something special for you guys.
So we're starting a new segment on the channel, guys, called 2-Minute Talks, which is where we go through the different topics that you guys have suggested to us on the Instagram page, and we have a maximum of 2 minutes to talk about each different topics.
These are topics that aren't big enough to be a big debate with a group of people, so we're just having little chats.
So we're going to do a few of them today, and yeah, we're just going to share our thoughts and views with your guys' topics, and yeah, let's get into it.
So the first question is marriage between previous engaged or divorced partners. So I feel like this is a big problem between Albanian men especially, because they'll look at females and be like, oh, she's been married or she's been engaged before, and look at her as, I don't know, being like, they'll just be like, I want to be the first person who's married to her, so when they see someone or meet someone like that, they will disregard it completely and be like, no, I want to be the first.
Yeah, I think people sort of need to look at the backstory of the situation, why they split up with the other person, whose fault was it their fault, was it the other person's fault, and because there's loads of reasons why that person would have become single, especially in the Albanian community, because once you commit to someone, the only reason to come out of that commitment is if something quite serious happens, i.e. cheating or, you know, unfaithfulness. So yeah, there must be quite a big reason why that is to happen. So I think that needs to be checked out, but
I think it shouldn't be a problem. Like everyone,
not.
Just because, so if you're accepting people with the past but you won't accept people with a marriage, I think that's quite deep, because at the end of the day, just because they got married or got engaged, it's still a relationship that has failed. And like you said, you need to explore why it's failed rather than judge them just the fact that they've gone through that extra phase.
I think most of the time it's pride that gets in the way, and ego, like, oh,
definitely.
I want someone that's not been touched before or hasn't.
That's the mentality that comes from. So that, and then I don't want someone who's been married before because they've gone through all that, so I want to be the first person. So it comes a lot down to insecurity, I think.
Like, how do you know that that person that has been with someone else isn't the right one for you? You don't until you try it, but you're not going to let yourself try it, because you're going to let that get in the way of it. So you're closing yourself off completely to how many millions of people just because they've been with someone else. It's not good. It's not good.
A është mentaliteti e shqiptar të zhvillu, aso një lloj se ja kanë përpara?
Unë mendoj se shqiptarët që shkojnë në shtete tjera në Europë, për shembull Angli, Gjermani, Francë, e kanë më kollaj me mu lidh me tjerët se si janë shqiptar, edhe është më kollaj me hap menën, me mësu zhanat e reja, jo vesh ato si din në Shqipëri, në Kosovë, shashtu.
But mendoj se e kanë zhvillu trundenin if they want to. Like, sa kanë ikë në për vende tjetër, nuk do me thonë se tash janë zhvillu ma shumë e tru. Do një që shkojnë në për vende tjetër, por prapa la kanë mentalitetin që kanë pas për para. So, it depends që njërë tjetër. Janë njëzë Shqipni se kanë zhvillu mentalitetin.
Është vërtet, po
edhe janë hap.
Shysh se kanë fillu me shku shqiptarët në shtete tjera, ato si janë në Shqipëri, e kanë pa edhe thonë vetit, ok, edhe unë du me provu.
Po, edhe kanë pa në për internet, në për telefonat, kanë të tonë të gjithë telefonat tani.
Kanë pa si ka mund me ba ma shumë hape në shtetin tjera. Jo vesh me nejt atë njëtë në vend, pa ba kursen, ose pa ba ma pak. Edhe janë ka donë me provu ma shumë sene, jo vesh me nejt në njëtë në vend. Kështu që unë menoj se është ka jesë për parë, por shumë ka dalë. Ka dalë.
Po, naturally, how do you say naturally? Naturally, obviously pa pas shikime të tjertë, nuk mund është me zhvillu ti si njëri, si nuk e din si janë tjertë, po tash si janë njëzët pa në televizor e shohin të tana gjanës që në tanë botën, janë të zhvillu të gjithë like more accepting me gjana tjera, which is good. So obviously ta ka dalë si janë shumë rapë si shtet, but we're getting there.
Në kohën e Enver Hoxhës, 40 vjet në komunizëm, normal që s'ka si hecë përpara shteti, se është i myllëm me njëjtën njerëzit, njëjtën rregullat,
traditet. Tash 20 vjet kanë fillu një të shpërndana për botë.
Yeah.
So, Albanian parents judging Shqiptar based on the city they're from. I don't think this happens too much, but I think it's more between Albanians and Kosovans. So you have like Kosovans that don't want to, like, they don't want their daughter to go with an Albanian because they think we're more aggressive or whatnot. I've heard this before, I'm not just saying that. Whereas some people think like Kosovans are more strict as well compared to Albanians, so I don't know if that's
an issue. But there seems to be a whole, not conflict, but a bit of a divide between northern and southern Albanians. Like you'll go on Instagram and stuff and go through Albanian posts and stuff like that, and you'll see like, well, northerners are seen as more aggressive, more short-tempered. Southerners are portrayed as a bit more tolerant than northerners.
Bit more accepting.
But
bit more kinda.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's different types of people from every city. It doesn't really matter, you know, what city you're from doesn't determine what kind of person you are.
Of course.
So,
would it bother you if you went with someone who's from a different, like, north-south area?
Not at all.
Is there a person that you wouldn't go for?
No, you have to tap into the person, their family, see if it sits well with you.
What about like a villager or like a Malsor city person?
Well, again, it depends like what kind of person you want. Someone from the city is going to be more sort of modern, I guess.
Yeah.
They're going to be more up to date kind of thing, whereas Malsor, they might be maybe a bit more narrow-minded as well. Because
if you go deep into the areas, maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas, let's say us that we've been growing up in England, I think it'll be different.
Yeah, because they've not been exposed to it as much.
Yeah.
It just depends, yeah.
Albanian parents might be more judging because of like the mentality they have. You know, they grew up in those areas, so they think, because every area has their own stereotypes. So people think people from Shkodër are quite like funny and quite nice. They think people from Kuksit are quite angry.
Yeah.
So I think every area has their own little stereotype. So I think Albanian parents might be quite judgy because, I don't know, maybe they experience this stereotype.
Albanians with non-Albanians. that's a massive one. What do you think, Joe?
I think at the end of the day, it's none of your business. Like, everyone's entitled to their own preference. And you know what makes me annoyed is the fact that the Albanian guys, especially, let's say, that get angry when Albanian girls go with non-Albanians are the same Albanian men that treat the Albanian women like trash. So how are you coming at Albanian women for going with other races, let's say, when you're the one that's causing the trash behaviour to these women?
I think going with other nationalities is a way for our nation to progress, personally, because you're bringing in different cultures, you're letting out your culture to other nationalities, you're making everyone more open-minded. Imagine the whole nation just staying with each other. It's like a pond of fish. Do they all stay in the same pond and interact with each other and share the same things all the time? Or do they go to different ponds, share ideas, different cultures, traditions, make it known to the whole world? So that's just how I think of it.
I think fear as well when Albanians go with non-Albanians, that the Albanian culture will be lost. But you have Albanians that go with Albanians and their culture is still lost because they'll come to England, let's say, and be like, I don't want the kids to speak Albanian, I don't want to do anything related to Albania, we're never going to Albania. So some people fear that our culture will be lost. No, it won't. If you're that kind of person, no matter who you go with, your culture will remain if you want to follow it through.
Definitely.
Just because you marry an Albanian doesn't mean you're now going to be more cultural or you're going to be more Albanian. It's down to you as a person.
Equally, there's many Albanians who come and marry a non-Albanian, and the non-Albanian gets to know the culture so well. They learn the language. You know how many messages and comments we have on the videos saying, we love your channel, I'm not Albanian but my partner is Albanian and I've learned the language, and we get so many of those.
Don't you think that makes them more Albanian? These people that their reason is like, you're not Albanian if you go with an Albanian. Doesn't it make you more Albanian, the fact that you've now married into a different culture, yet you're teaching them everything and they're so willing, like you're willing to like still push that through? Whereas, like I just said, you marry an Albanian, you might not even follow your culture. It doesn't mean anything. Everyone, each to their own. If you're so fussed about other people going with other people, you need to mind your own business and don't do it yourself. Everyone's entitled to their own preference.
So the next one, guys, is, well, what the person's written is Albanians who have depression. So let's go. Well, what I think about that is there's sort of a stigma. Well, there's a stigma around mental health anyway, but especially in our community where...
Look at this light.
It's moving a bit mad. Where people think...
Sorry.
I just feel like people are kind of like, just man up and get on with it. But it's actually a real issue. Just because we're from a certain place and have had certain experiences doesn't mean we're
exempt from it.
We're not prone to these same illnesses and difficulties that everyone else can go through.
It's like in the olden times when people had mental health issues or had like diseases, they thought the devil was inside you.
I mean,
if you had convulsions, like if you started having a fit, they'll think it's the devil. You
can throw a raki on a cut on your leg, but you can't throw a raki on depression. You know what I mean? So
it's a bit of a uneducated.
I guess so. Yeah. It's a bit of a.
Quite a Albanians have an uneducated view on mental health. Like if someone's got mental health issues, I'll be like, oh, he's crazy. Like Lena says, crazy, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't appreciate it, and they just like disregard people, like, oh, he's crazy, or
it's a bit like,
you'll get over it.
Yeah, it's a bit like I watched a couple of documentaries someplace in Asia, and if you have like a tumor or a deformation, they say he's not human, or it's kind of like that.
It's because they're uneducated. I don't think they're trying to be rude, it's just they're uneducated on it.
Yeah, which is nobody's fault, I guess, apart from someone who doesn't want to expand their mind.
Whereas now that Albania is becoming more zhvillum, everyone has access to a phone, you can search it. That's the end of our 2-minute talks, guys.
Episode 1. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and leave in the comments what you'd like us to talk about in future videos like this, anything that's on your mind. It can be about anything, absolutely anything.
Any comments that you put that are more debatable, we'll put into the debate section, whereas quick little things like these questions have been, we'll talk about it here.
So yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and peace out.